Hello everyone, this is the first in a series of videos I'm going to produce on server-side development with Stellify. Now Stellify uses Laravel on the server, so if you were to look at the documentation for Laravel, you should, for the most part, be able to follow along with what we're doing in Stellify. The starting point really for this series is to have a database in place, a cloud database that we can connect to. I've set my cloud database up using Laravel Cloud. I've got my credentials already stored in the config, which is on this screen here, the configuration screen. Choose the database config, select your driver. When you select the driver, the other fields such as host, username, password, etc., port, they'll all be displayed. And then once you've populated those credentials, click on Test Database Connection. And if all's gone well, you'll see the message in the console saying as such. If not, you'll see the error message there. So I've got a database set up. The next thing I need to do is to define the structure of a table. So let's define a table using a migration. This is the way that we do this using Laravel, for those of you that are unfamiliar with Laravel. As I said, if you go to the Laravel documentation, under database migrations, you have all of the instructions as to how to create migrations right there. So let's go ahead and create our first migration. We just create, once you're in the, I'll just backtrack a little bit. Once you're in the migrations directory, you click create new file. And then when you click on that file, you'll see that the boilerplate is already there for you. All we have to do is think of a name for our table. I'm going to keep this simple and create a table of people. The next thing I need to do, and again you can just keep referencing the documentation, I'll follow along with what's kind of happened here. They start off with a column of ID. So using this blueprint object that we have, I'm going to insert a statement, and on this blueprint object there is an ID method. I'll just end the line there. So that's our first column, ID. Second column, how about just a name of the person. So to put a name column together, you'd want that to be a string. And what I'm going to do is just cycle back into the parameters of that method, and if I just enter name as the column name, that should be fine. And the last one, how about, there's a method called timestamps, for those of you that aren't familiar, and that will just produce a created at and updated at field respectively. So timestamps, and that'll do for now. I'm happy with that. The last step is to, on the left hand side here, click run project migrations. And again, over in the console, you'll see that the migrations have been completed, or otherwise an error, if an error occurs. Looking over, this is my database in Table Plus, and if I refresh, sure enough, here's my people table. It has the ID column, it has the name column, and it has the timestamps that are ready to be populated. So that's how you create a migration. I'll stop there for this video so that we can keep some kind of structure here and people can jump around to the video that's relevant to what they need to know. So that's migrations. In the next video, what we'll do is we'll create a model for the people table, a model that we can query and whatnot. So I'll talk more about that in the next video.